your job. Are we say when we're ready? Do I need a mic or you're getting
No,
this?
Regan, he's not on the
I'll
boom.
flip it.
So we'll be fine. Okay, we're going to go.
And okay.
So, George, why have you decided to perform at the Royal Albert Hall tomorrow night?
The decision is purely to publicise the Natural Law Party, which is a new political party in England.
How did you get involved in the party?
Well, the party just formed recently. I was kind of involved with them before they formed. And so when they did form, seemed like a natural thing to do was to try and publicise it, because most of the television and newspapers, all they ever talk about is Labour, Conservative, Liberal. They don't even talk about the Green Party. So, they give this incredible amount of publicity, free publicity, to, these old political parties that just go stumbling along forever, And so I thought, well, we need to attract a bit of attention. So that's why I did the concert, and that's why I'm doing this interview, because it's time we talked about something else instead of those same old boring politicians.
So why do the Natural Law Party policies appeal to you?
Well, they appeal to me because, for a start, the people in the party, I know a lot of them personally, and I know that they are very nice people. This is my opinion. They're nice people. They have compassion, they have love, and they have a lot of qualities which are hard to find when you look at Parliament. The policies are just close to what I would like. I would like to see our country cleaned up a bit. I would like to see us get rid of some of the concrete and maybe some of the motor cars. And, instead of trying to keep our economy going by just making more and more and more motor cars, I'd like to see the health program actually create health rather than just take care of, sick. We don't need, sick, really. If people are educated, there's no reason to actually be sick. Okay, you break a leg or something like that, but, all these things, cancers and everything like that, is a disease of society. We should get rid of that, tidy the place up a little bit and use the money instead of whatever they're spending the money on. I mean, there's a lot of money being taken in taxes in one way or another, which could be spent on improving the lot of each individual in the country.
I mean, how likely is a party like this to succeed? I mean, when you think that, Labour and Conservative are the two main dominating parties, what sort of chance does this party have?
Well, it's, anybody who feels like I do, that the Conservatives or the Liberals or the Labour is really basically the same thing. We've had them. We've seen what they do and what they can't do. What they can't do is provide for the individuals of this country. They haven't done what they've said they're going to do. And just now they're saying what they're going to do if they get in this time. I saw the Conservative Party film and they're saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, we're going to do all these things. Well, why didn't they just do them while they were already in there? Why are they going to do them now? Because they're going to get voted out. The same with the left, the Labour. They're going to do everything. But we know they're not going to do everything because they haven't done it. They've been in power, over the last couple of 100 years. We've had these three parties and they haven't done anything because basically they don't know who they are themselves. What we need to have is a party of people who are involved with consciousness, because that's where everything begins, in consciousness. We need people who can go beyond just this bickering. And so if people will be bold, like this is what I'm doing, is just saying, I've had enough of those three. They're like, as far as I'm concerned, it's like communism. It's all over, whether they last another 10 years, maybe 20 years, or even 50 years. But the days are numbered because we need reality, we need the truth, and we need some compassion and some love, and we need taking care of. We want to be happy. We don't want to watch these horrible people arguing with each other.
Now, all the candidates actually practice transcendental meditation, is that correct? Yes?
I think so. I think a lot of them are actual teachers of TM.
Well, isn't simple just belief in the policies enough? Why do they have to be practicing in order to be candidates?
It just happens that they're the people who've put themselves up to be candidates are the people who teach TM.
It's your first time performing in the UK since you performed with the Beatles. Why has there been such a long gap between performances?
I've been on holiday. I'm between tours, you see.
No, but I mean, does it mean that in future you'll only be playing in the UK for political means, or is this going to be the start of you going on the road? What's going to happen?
It's not going to be the start of me going on the road. I would like to do some more shows here and there, but the problem with touring is it costs so much money to get it going, then you end up being on the road for 2 years, to make it all pay. And it's hard, if these people would just get some lights and stages in the Colosseums, you could just actually decide on Friday that I'm going to play on Saturday. That'd be the thing. But as it happens, you've got to go build stages, rent all this very expensive equipment, and, it's like planning a military campaign. So, I can't be bothered. I don't know what I'm going to do next week, It's hard to think so far in the future that to plan a tour like this. But I would like to do something. I'll be doing something, but it won't just be for politics.
What about albums and material? What's going to happen there?
Well, I did concerts in Japan, and I mixed that into an album which will come out end of June or early July. And later in the summer, I'd like to write some new tunes. I've got a few tunes already, and maybe start a studio album. But the good thing is I've been around so long now that I don't really need to have a new album to do a concert, because people haven't really got sick of my old ones yet.
Would you ever repeat your Japan performance with Eric Clapton in Europe?
I certainly would, yeah. I mean, I don't know if Eric would be up for it, but I am.
Are you nervous or, in any way looking forward to tomorrow night? How do you feel about it all?
I feel really good about it, because I went to Japan to practice, to practice being on stage, to see what it was like again. And, it wasn't as complicated as I thought. It's just standing there singing the songs, really. You just have to remember the chords and the words. So I'll be a little nervous, I suppose, a bit of adrenaline before the show, but, I feel good about it.
How did you get Gary Moore interested in being part of the band?
Gary, he's my neighbour, my friend and neighbour. And I hang out with him all the time. Known him for about 6 or 7 years.
Right. Do you financially support the party, the Natural Law Party?
Well, I suppose only in as much as doing something like this, but this is probably going to run at a loss because, as I say, touring, it's so much expense that you need to do more than one show to break even.
How do you feel generally about each party sort of roping in their celebrities, to sort of, everyone's sort of giving this list of actors and, generally famous people who are sort of, supporting their cause. What do you think of that idea generally?
I don't know. I haven't really seen any celebrities myself, but I'm sure there are some around. It doesn't matter to me. The main thing for me is I just want to be happy. I'm happy, I'm trying to get blissed out, and I would like the rest of the country to be blissed out, basically. But if they want to go on and on and on with these boring old farts, then be my guest, I'll go to Hawaii for a while.
Ringo Starr's launching his album tomorrow and the start of his tour. I mean, anything to say about that at all?
Well done, Ringo. Vote for the Natural Law Party.
Do you think at the end of the day that any party who actually gets into power can really achieve all the aims they say they're going to set out to do? I mean, sometimes it's just physically impossible to do the things you say you want to do.
It'll be interesting to see, it would be great to have a new government and to actually be in the government and then see how much MI5 say, get out of here. You're not actually going to be able to do that because us in association with the CIA actually have control over you. I don't know how much the politicians can actually do it, but it would be fun trying. We could certainly blow the whistle on a lot of shenanigy that goes on in government. I think they could do a lot. They could do a hell of a lot. I mean, just the money that's being spent on stuff we don't need for a start. That would be enough to start cleaning up the cities.
But the main aim, though, of creating a heaven on earth, I mean, is it feasible?
It is absolutely feasible. It may take a bit longer than a week, but basically each individual gets happy, and then you've got a whole society that's happy. Now, how to get happy, that is the trick.
Was there any significance in you performing Taxman for the press today?
Well, it was part of the show, and it's the fun for me is doing all these old songs that I never did. See, I never performed them before, other than Japan. I wrote these tunes, we recorded them, and that was it. Played them once in the studio and never ever played them in my life. So for me, Taxman's like a new tune.
That's great, George. Thank you very much indeed.
Okay, thank you.
Go straight on and do an outro as well. Okay,
Right,
so
do you want a different size frame?
no, let's leave it exactly the same.
Okay. Just hang about 2 seconds. Okay. Running. Speed.
Hi, Sonia Saul here with MTV News. George Harrison is performing at London's Royal Albert Hall tonight, his first UK performance since he appeared with the Beatles on top of the Apple Building in the late 60s. But if that wasn't enough, the concert has political overtones. He's performing in support of the Natural Law Party. We caught up with him in rehearsals for the big event yesterday. Yeah?
Sounded lovely. No fluffs at all.
We'll have a full news roundup in tonight's News at Night.
1 minute.
Okay. We'll have a full news roundup in tonight's News at Night.
That sounded great for me.
Yeah?
I mean, I wasn't
I'll see it.
running.
And after a few false starts, they were off. The Natural Law Party was set up just 2 weeks ago, claiming to want to create a heaven on earth, and their leader, Dr. Geoffrey Clements, dropped in by helicopter to tell us more about it.
Let's do one more then.
And after a few false starts, they were off. The Natural Law Party was set up just 2 weeks ago, claiming to want to create a heaven on earth, and their leader, Dr. Geoffrey Clements, dropped in by helicopter to explain more about it. That all sounds well and good, but considering the party is a mere 2 weeks old, aren't they in danger of being dismissed as yet another fad? George Harrison performed the song Taxman for the selected press audience. Significant perhaps, considering the UK's general election is 3 days away, with the Taxman high on the list of things that need a changing. I'll do that one again. George Harrison performed the song Taxman for the selected press audience. Significant perhaps, considering the UK's general election is 3 days away, with the Taxman high on the list of things that need a changing. That's it, I think. Right, I'll just do one more. George's performing of the song Taxman was... George's performing of the song Taxman may be... George's performing of the song Taxman may be significant, considering the UK's general election is a mere 3 days away, with the Taxman high on the list of things that need a changing. Is that right for speed? It wasn't too fast or anything, was it?
No, it seemed okay.
Okay then, that's it. Thank you very, very much.
Yeah, power off.